just saw that most of us use the internet and with it the social media. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, WhatsApp has become so much a part of our lives that I don't know how we can live without it. Why? Because of the ease of use, the speed with which we can use it, the effectiveness that comes immediately, and most importantly, the power of it. A year and a half back, my friend, my classmate, my schoolmate, tracked each and every 23 of us batchmates. We are now on a group interacting with each other, and last May we had a grand reunion and the experience was awesome. On a more serious note, you are all familiar with the Jessica Lal case. And when there was a miscarriage of justice, people were up in arms, and with the help of the social media they were able to influence the media, the judiciary, and get the culprits booked in spite of their having such high connection. What does it prove? That the social media is such a powerful tool, and how we harness it, the direction we give to it, and most importantly, the impact that we can make it have on us is left in our hands. And now to take forward this discussion, I now hand it over
back to me.
Back to our moderator.
Thank you. Give it up for Sumitra and Manmohan. Just for the record, she's a very active user of Facebook. All right, now who's coming next? We'll have Siraj take over on the mic, sir. All right.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. How many of you are using social media currently? Okay, then I'm sure you must be seeing the impact of social media, the kind of problems which it can create. You know, social media, even though it is one of the popular media, it is creating several problems in the society. Recently I was reading an article in a well-known magazine. It has given some statistics which will shock all of us. You know the impact which is having on children and the teenagers? The survey says that 55% of teenagers are today sharing a lot of confidential information on the social media, which is going to be disastrous for them. You know? And moreover, they are sharing this information with complete strangers. Similarly, 29% of teenagers have been stalked using social media as a network. Then 22% have been cyber pranked. You know, people are playing cyber pranks on each other. And 29% of teenagers have posted, embarrassing information on the social media. And finally, 24% had private or embarrassing info made public without their consent. So what does it indicate? It indicates that social media is currently creating a lot of problems. We need to be aware of it. Social media is leading to breakup of relationship. People are breaking relationship. It is having damaging impact on children. Children are unable to learn because of their exposure to the internet for a very long time. It is creating some kind of a learning disability. And there are a lot of cyber crimes which are occurring. Last year one of my friend, Dr. Winston Jacob, I know his email ID. I got a email on that particular ID. It appeared to be from Dr. Winston Jacob. So the mail said, "Dear Mr. Siraj, currently I am in Spain. I have come here for a conference. I have been
mugged." A round of applause. We'll listen to that story some other day for sure. All right, who's coming next from your team? A round of applause for Tejas Gandhi.
For me, social media is just like my personal newspaper. I get all the information of my friends and family, what they are doing, where are they going out, who is married, who is engaged. All those information I get through Facebook and other social media. And I also get a lot of national and international information and news on social media. Like what's happening in Chennai, what's happening in China, what's happening in Mumbai. All I get it on my Facebook or any other social networking site. And I'll share one of a very personal example of mine own. I was waiting for one of my friend in his office. I was using my Facebook account and suddenly I got a news on my Facebook wall. I was shocked. Just 4 buildings beside his office, there was a fire. And I could save my friend by integrating that information to him. And that's how social media helped me saving my friend. And I'll tell you, in the history, in the recent past, a lot of campaigning has changed the society and the way society works. Lot of campaigning like Anna Hazare, like Jessica Lal case, which Madam told, like various the campaigning like Save Animal, Save Panda, Save Tigers, have been so successful. And that's how social media has helped us. And I'd like to tell you how powerful the social media tool is. And it's on you how better you can make use of it and create wonders in your life.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. I really think Facebook should hire him for the passion he's got. He should be a spokesperson for Facebook. On the other side, we've got Vedinathan. A round of applause for Vedinathan.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Good evening. When I was saying the one and only networking site that I know was a vacant site that was next to my home. That was a 40 by 60 vacant site where I used to play, where I used to mingle with a lot of friends. And there was a sense of camaraderie and there was a sense of togetherness which was filled. And the one and only game that we used to play was You and I game. I still remember that particular game. So I just checked up with my neighbor's son who is studying in class 7 whether he too plays the same game, You and I. He made a mockery out of me and he said, Uncle, half of the gas is gone. And second he said, Uncle, I don't know about You and I game, but all that I know is only YouTube and iPhone. Where are we going, gentlemen? Children nowadays, or even youngsters nowadays, they spend much of their time in front of social media. And they spend a lot of time and they have forgotten the art of playing. As a result, obesity. Look at any 20-year-old, they will look like a 40-year-old now. But being 40, I look like 20. That's a different story. Right? So second, children nowadays, they do share a lot of their emotions and feelings only with strangers. And they don't even share the feelings with their parents. As a result, a lot of negativity has spread in them. And third, look at the way English is being written. Terrible spelling mistakes. What is the reason? SMS language. They don't know the importance of spelling. Recently, myself and my team, we had a great time in Goa. We were completely sloshed. The next day, one of my colleagues got up and he sent a SMS to his wife. Hi dear, we had a great time yesterday. I wish you were here. This is what he wanted to write. But excessive usage of SMS, excessive usage of social media, he completely misspelled. Hi dear, yesterday we had a great time here. I wish you could be her. One he was missing, and then it went to divorce. What's happening?
This debate is really hotting up some very interesting points. Give it up for the 40-year-old man. Do we have a youngster out here? Yes, we do. A round of applause for Abu Bakr to take on.
Fellow Toastmaster and dear guest, Allah, God, the most gracious, the most merciful, the Lord has created this earth and we are the people. We have divided this earth on the basis of their own interest in different nations, different subcontinent and continent. But it is the social media who has reconnected them and make them whole world as a family. So, using with the help of social media, you can increase your friend circle. You can find like-minded people, like-minded group, and make your circle bigger and bigger as much as possible, irrespective of border, irrespective of place, irrespective of time, because it is amazing power and has a special kind of tool that you can use anywhere, any place, anytime. Now you can imagine, I have a friend in Nigeria and Russia. Was it possible without social media? I have a question. No answer. I without social media, you can't reach such distance because you have your own time. You have already heard from our colleague about Jessica Lal and modern Gandhi, Anna Hazare. But I want to quote from my personal life. I have a friend. Father was suffering through a deadly disease, and my friend was suffering through financial crisis. I just put the news on the Facebook. Within 2 days, I got 20 lakh support for the financial support, and finally I was able to support my friend and save his father's life. My friend was talking that how you can interact with a stranger. I got support of 20 lakh with the help of stranger. Even I got support from Uganda. Can you think Uganda? I got support from there. So, in short,
Abu Bakr, even I'm suffering from financial crisis. I think 20 lakhs will be a great sum of money if you can put my name on the social network. We have Joseph Das to counter that. A round of applause for
Thank you. Thank you, friend. Good evening. My empathy is with Tejas Gandhi. See, he was such a nice man. Today he's become a control freak. He wants to see what other people are doing, where his friends are going, what he's doing. Completely distracting his own peace of mind. That's why I am completely against this social media. You know, going back 30 years, I had 3-4 good friends with them, I could share my emotions. I was compassionate about having my relationship with my friend. But today, I've got 300, 400 friends. And I seek their approval all the time. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm going here. Where's the privacy, my friends? Where is the privacy? Completely it's gone to the dogs. All the time you're focused, someone is watching you, the big brother is looking at you. What is this nonsense? Where's the privacy? I completely disagree to the notion of social media. I believe in emotions. I believe in a smile. I believe in a warm handshake. That's what is relationship all about. And social media, trust me friends, it is killing and taking people afar. All the time my son is sitting on the computer all the time, wasting time, loads and loads of time. When I ask him, what are you doing, son? I'm active. I'm saying, there's no activity you're doing. Where's the productivity? He said, I don't know. Completely blank. Completely. So the big idea is social media all the time, it's become addiction to most of the people. Most of the people cannot go to bed if they are not logged into their Facebook and wondering what their friends are doing, where they're going towards. So that's why I suggest, friend, in all humility, stay away from social media and use that time in a very positive and in a very productive way. Over to you.
Thank you, JD. One thing I've concluded, JD needs a lot of privacy. That's what you're mentioning about. Alright, and to counter that, we have the most handsome man in this club, Adin Arana. Round of applause for Adin.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have heard a lot of points today. We have heard about the Jessica Lal case. We have heard about Anna Hazare and the power that he's brought people. Now, Joseph Das spoke about when he was young, he had 3 friends. I want to ask him, how do you plan to connect with those 3 friends who are now, they could be right now in Uganda. How do you plan to connect with them? Social media makes that possible. I would just like to talk about the fact that the power of internet and how we harness social media is in our hands. We can choose to spend an hour on it, or we can choose to spend 24 hours on it, and we can create a revolution like Anna Hazare. The power of the common man, Aam Aadmi Party, how is it possible? Is it possible to create a whole party, try to compete against BJP and Congress with just social media? Well, that's something you need to ask yourself. It's not about right or wrong. It's basically about you. What do you want to do? So the question I would like to ask all of you is this a real debate? What are we debating on? It's quite simple. The power of social media is in your hands. How you choose to use it is entirely up to you. You all have used the power of internet already. You all have found life partners. You all have maybe connected with all your own friends. But remember, tomorrow you can be an Anna Hazare.
Thank you, Alan. A round of applause. I'm sure he's going to find his life partner on Facebook. We have Ratan. Give him a round of applause.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests. While I check my Facebook update, how does that feel? Good? It doesn't feel good at all. We are here to learn communication. We are here to learn leadership skills. The basic necessity of, the basic thing is, social media is a distraction. It's a distraction. This morning at the Independence Day parade, in our society we had people who were standing and saluting the flag, saying the national anthem. There were questions asked and people answered them. And one of the presidents, the past president of the committee of our apartment, he's checking his phone and seeing. So it's a lethal combination. You have social media and you have smartphones. You can talk of deadly combinations and here you've got a lethal combination. So what happens? Productivity gets lost. The end result is distraction leads to productivity getting lost. So what I would say is, social media is something which is not necessarily a boon, it's a bane. And why is it a bane? Because it can lead to crime. It can lead to the hacking of recently I saw that a friend had sent me a message that you go through a video of mine, and when I opened the video, what did I see? I saw that there was a virus in it. It was not my friend who had sent the message, but it was somebody else who had sent the message. So it is basically, social media is a bane because it is not something which is natural.
The stage is set, 2 minutes, everyone's gone. Now it's time for the rebuttal round. 4 minutes on the floor. Just make sure you're not creating a chaos like Arnab Goswami's The News are, for which I'm going to be there. You can cross-question anyone, you can pick on anyone. Make sure it's in a decent approach and not coming to blows. Alright? I'll leave the floor open for anyone to start. It's not open yet. Alright, so he's getting excited. The time for this is going to be 4 minutes. Alright? 4 minutes, your time starts now.
So, you are using some papers and notes and some data. On the same data, I have seen that 66% are supporting social media as a boon and 30% are supporting as a bad. So I think we have already won the support we have given.
No, which is the source you are telling?
I saw that 60% support
No,
for
50. No.
on the top.
No.
He is fine into your papers.
The statistic which I quoted was 55% of people.
You have not quoted that statistic on the same paper.
This is different.
Can you make the papers public? This is what is demanded.
Yes.
It's not
It
related.
can be made public. It is not related. It's not related to the workplace.
Yeah, workplace.
I will not gone into that because it's a paucity of time.
I think you're misfiring.
No, I have seen.
The base of the
Not
workplace.
better than him. Deeper is this. Okay, how about this point? You sit along with your friend or your family members, and you consistently, you are mentally you are with someone else on your Facebook. Don't you think, guys, that causes a lot of disrespect and there's no, affection, there's no warmth in a relationship? Most of the time I have seen, I am with Siraj, for example. Physically I am with Siraj, but mentally I am with Anmol. I am chatting to Anmol. What kind of disrespect are we crazy? I am with Siraj, but I am only with Anmol.
You want to leave that?
That is completely disrespectful, and sometimes it is naturally forced.
Right. Why take it as naturally to me? Because physically it's not with me.
The point I would like to make here is, You can't blame social media for it. It's basically you want to speak to Anmol. It's not that social media is helping you. You want to speak to him while you don't want to speak to the person that you are actually with. And you could be SMSing him for all that matters. You don't need to use Facebook. Okay?
Most of the people you see today.
No, but having said that,
you have to agree.
And you can use it the way you want.
And I will also add, like,
See, there are quite a few, let me make a point now. There are quite a few countries in the recent past which we have, right from Libya, you can talk about Egypt, you can talk about
Uganda.
No, not Uganda. So entire northern African country, and to some extent even in the Middle East, maybe for example Syria and Lebanon, it's burning just because of social media. Just a negativity started publishing. And there is turmoil across the country. In Syria, there was an electoral unrest.
Social media has divided.
It's purely because of social media. They have divided the community there. You take example of Syria, for example. There is a fighting between the government forces and the militants just because there has been some sort of a negativity which was created by social media.
Yeah, the gentleman who passed away, the humor king, Robin Williams, his daughter Zeta Williams, she had to completely get out of that Twitter account because there were some very nasty and very, unpopular comments made on that. There are people who are all the time, want to throw their frustrations on the social media and make you vulnerable, make you soft targets, and all these kind of things are happening in social media. That's why it is quintessential that we protect the generation who's coming to, insulate themselves with all these things, The best relationship is a people-to-people relationship. I strongly believe in that. There are emotions involved. It has to stand the test of time. Any relationship has to stand the test of time. And when you go back,
I hope you make it.
yeah, please. You got a counter?
Yeah. My counter basically is that I want to ask you, out of the four of you, how many of you are on Facebook?
I am there.
One.
Yes.
You are talking about it being a pain,
Yes.
but you are still on it.
Yes.
The point over there is
Yes.
that if you know how to exercise the
4 minutes up?
advantage and disadvantages,
Alright, 4 minutes are up. A round of applause to both the teams. You can have 1 minute for each team to summarize your points. Alright, from your team we have who's summarizing? Alan summarizing. A round of applause to Alan. 1 minute on the clock, please. We have the discussion on Facebook again.
I would just like to say that when we got this topic of social media being a boon, we all as a team had to get together. How did we use it? We used the power of social media. We used WhatsApp, and because of which our team actually performed much better. We were able to meet, we were able to coordinate things between ourselves, and I think that is one live example that I can give about how we as a team have used it effectively. I have already said before, there are many things that you can do with social media, but there are good things that you can do. There are many examples, as already mentioned, which I would like to reiterate. Jessica Lal, that case the justice would have never been found if it wasn't for the power of social media. Anna Hazare, he reached out to maximum people because of this. A political party has got formed only because of the power of social media. And tomorrow you all can become an Anna Hazare or anybody else, and that could be possibly because of the power of social media.
Alright, give it a round of applause for Thank you, Alan, and Team B will have Siraj take over.
Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, I'm sure by this time you must have decided that social media is a real pain. So our team has substantiated amply that social media is leading to breakup of relationship. People, instead of coming closer to each other, they are breaking their relationship, they are going away from each other. It is having tremendous amount of impact on children, so ensure that your children do not get addicted to the social media. It's also causing a lot of distractions, especially among children. Their learning ability is coming down, and social media is also leading to a lot of cybercrime. So these are some of the reasons because of which you'll be surprised to know that even Barack Obama has banned his children from using social networks. So when Barack Obama sets that kind of a precedent, you can imagine what we should do. So definitely we should keep ourselves away from the social media. By excessively using social media, people are becoming, more and more emotionless, feelingless. People are sitting next to each other, but still they don't have good relationship. Our opponents talked about Anna Hazare movement, which use excessively the social
A round of
media.
applause for Siraj. Thank you, sir. Yes, absolutely.
Anna Hazare speech.
Give a big round of applause for Siraj. Yes. All right, a wonderful debate. Did you enjoy the debate? Yeah. How many of you are going to log out of Facebook today? We'll get to know that during the results time. A big round of applause.